Constantinople, the Queen City. For over 1,000 years it stood as a beacon of civilization, a glittering jewel on the Bosphorus. Founded by Emperor Constantine in 330 AD, the city was strategically positioned at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. Its mighty walls had repelled countless invaders, its harbor bustled with trade. Constantinople was the heart of the Byzantine Empire, a direct heir to ancient Rome. By the 15th century, however, the once mighty empire had been reduced to a shadow of its former glory. The Byzantines held only a sliver of land around the capital and faced a new, relentless enemy, the Ottoman Turks. The Ottomans, under their ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, had already conquered much of the surrounding territory. Constantinople, with its strategic importance and symbolic value, was their ultimate prize. The citizens of Constantinople knew what was coming. They had witnessed the Ottoman tide sweeping across the Balkans. They had heard tales of Mehmed's ambition and ruthlessness. Yet, they clung to hope. Hope in their formidable walls. Hope in the promise of Western aid. Hope that somehow their city would endure. Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, was a ruler of immense ambition and determination. From a young age, he was fixated on Constantinople. He saw its capture as his destiny, a fulfillment of prophecy. He was determined to succeed where his ancestors had failed. Mehmed assembled a vast army, estimated at over 100,000 men. This formidable force included elite janissaries, armed with gunpowder weapons, and cavalry units from across the Ottoman domains. However, Mehmed knew that brute force alone would not be enough to conquer Constantinople. The city's defenses were legendary. To overcome these defenses, Mehmed employed innovative siege tactics. He commissioned the construction of massive cannons, the likes of which the world had never seen. These behemoths could hurl stone balls weighing over 1,000 pounds, capable of pulverizing even the strongest fortifications. Mehmed also employed engineers to dig tunnels beneath the city walls, aiming to undermine their foundations. Mehmed's preparations were meticulous, his resolve unshakable. He was determined to break Constantinople's defenses and claim the city for Islam. The fate of the Byzantine Empire hung in the balance. The siege began on April 6, 1453. Ottoman cannons roared to life, bombarding Constantinople's walls with relentless fury. The ground trembled. Dust and smoke filled the air. Defenders watched in awe and terror as the massive stone projectiles crashed against their ramparts. Despite the ferocity of the Ottoman bombardment, the Byzantines fought back with courage and tenacity. They were outnumbered, outgunned, but not outmatched in spirit. Led by Emperor Constantine II, the last Byzantine emperor, they repaired their shattered walls, returned fire with their own cannons, and launched daring sorties against the besiegers. One of the Byzantines' greatest advantages was the legendary Theodosian walls, a double line of fortifications that had protected the city for centuries. These walls, combined with the natural defenses provided by the Golden Horn, a natural harbor, made Constantinople a formidable fortress. As the siege dragged on, weeks turned into a grueling test of endurance. The defenders of Constantinople were exhausted. Their numbers dwindled with every passing day. Food and supplies ran low, yet they fought on, inspired by their faith and their emperor's unwavering resolve. Mehmed faced his own challenges. His initial assaults on the walls had been repelled with heavy losses. His cannons, while powerful, were slow to reload and prone to overheating. The morale of his troops began to waver. The conquest, which he had envisioned as swift and decisive, was proving to be a bloody, protracted affair. To break the stalemate, Mehmed devised a daring plan. He would transport his lighter warships over land, bypassing the Byzantine defenses at the Golden Horn. This audacious maneuver would allow him to attack Constantinople from its weaker northern side and cut off vital supply routes. On the night of May 29, 1453, under the cover of darkness, Ottoman forces dragged their ships over greased wooden rollers, hauling them across the hills behind Galata, a Genoese colony north of the Golden Horn. The sight of Ottoman ships sailing in the Golden Horn the next morning demoralized the Byzantines. Their crucial defensive perimeter was breached. On May 29, 1453, the final Ottoman assault began. Wave after wave of Ottoman soldiers surged towards the weakened walls. The defenders, exhausted and depleted, fought valiantly but were overwhelmed. The Ottomans broke through a gate near the city's northwestern corner, pouring into the city. Emperor Constantine II, refusing to abandon his city, reportedly cast aside his imperial regalia and died fighting alongside his men. The fall of Constantinople after a 53-day siege sent shockwaves across the known world. The once mighty Byzantine Empire, which had endured for over a millennium, was no more. The fall of Constantinople was a watershed moment in world history. It marked the end of the Roman Empire, a civilization that had shaped Western culture for over 1,500 years. It also signaled the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a major power in the Eastern Mediterranean and a formidable force in European politics. The fall had far-reaching consequences. Many Byzantine scholars and artists fled westward, carrying with them their knowledge and treasures, which contributed to the flourishing of the Renaissance in Italy. The Ottoman conquest also severed trade routes between Europe and Asia, forcing European powers to seek new maritime routes to the east, ushering in the age of exploration. The fall of Constantinople serves as a stark reminder of the cyclical nature of power, the ebb and flow of empires. It is a story of ambition, courage, and the clash of civilizations. It is a story that continues to resonate even today, reminding us of the enduring power of the past to shape our present.